Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a Wednesday, hump day of our trading week. Traders, it is great to be with you today. Traders, I have to say it is absolutely gorgeous coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Wow, just nice cool breeze, sunny skies. It is just absolutely gorgeous outside. Nice and cool. Loving it, loving it, loving it. We've been baking for the last 4 months, 99 and 110 degree weather. It is nice to cool down. Absolutely beautiful. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. And please come visit us at fxclearing.com for your trading solution. All right, traders, we got some charts to go over, some news to talk about, what's coming out, what's coming in, what are we going to do, and how we're going to do it. All right, let me introduce myself to you. For those of you who do not know me, I'm sure most of you do by now. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I do record this during the Asia session, so you get this early enough to be able to plan out your trading day for Asia, New York, and London Open. All right, traders, I started trading in 2006 and 2008. I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, I came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday, and 8 years later, well, I'm still here. Yeah, still here. Having a great time, loving it. It is absolutely beautiful. It's just a great place to retire and enjoy my second career. I work harder in my second career, I think, more than I did in my first career. It's pretty funny how things work. So, let's talk about me and my trading. Traders, I look at fundamentals every day. I pay for a news feed that I get news on the minute sent to my email after each session, mid-session. I am definitely in tune with what's going on around the world. Remember, we are macro traders. Then I'm looking at technicals on charts. Always looking at charts, looking for technicals, looking for areas for entries. It's so important that you do a very good analysis and then do a trade plan and trade your plan. And don't deviate from that. You know, we've all done it. We'll probably still will do it. You know, you end up moving your stops saying, oh, it'll turn around on me. And boom, you get stopped out, right? I always look at stops as that's an emergency, right? Stops are used for emergencies. That means your computer blows up, your power goes out, whatever. But I know all of you have your broker's phone number in your cell phone, right? Always have that available. But, you know, I'm always looking for those opportunities to get into to positive trades. On traders, yes, I do lose trades. If you hear anybody ever tell you they don't lose trades, please run away quickly. They have nothing good to say to you. All right, that's enough about me. Let's get over legal stuff. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most importantly, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's talk about some news and commentary. How did the markets close? Ooh, looks like a lot of red in the U.S. markets. I just took a look at that. The U.S. 30 closed negative 0.19%. The S&P 500 was negative 0.26%. The NASDAQ was negative 0.64%. And the small cap 2000 was negative 0.75%. All in the red out of the U.S. close. Wow, it doesn't look much different here in the Eurozone. The DAX closed negative 0.22%. The FTSE 100 closed negative 0.37%. The CAC 40 closed negative 0.27%. And the Eurostoxx 50 out of Frankfurt closed at negative 0.07%. All right, let's head on over to Asia and see how Asia's doing. Now, remember that these countries are currently trading, and they are open, and the Nikkei 225 is down 0.48% in the red. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is positive 1.34%. The Shanghai is negative 1.53%. The Hang Seng is positive barely at 0.03%. And the Kospi is in the red at negative 0.98%. All right, let's take a look at our calendar for today. All of our data today, folks, is in the New York session. We have a lot of Japanese JPY news coming out throughout the day, so keep an eye on that. However, as far as high impact data is concerned, really the only high impact data we have is core CPI month on month. And later in the day, which is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Fed is going to release its minutes. And I am sure we're going to see a decline on our volatility when we get close to that part of the day. I'm sure traders are going to really probably stop trading. Well, the New York Open might open, but it's not going to be volatile for long. But the charts are looking good. I really, have no complaints with what the charts are doing. And I mean, they're moving up and down. I did not read. There was nothing in the Bangkok Post today, as I'm in Thailand, and I did not get a chance to read Trade the News closed summary on what happened in New York yesterday. So I will need to take a look at that, find out why everybody closed in the red. But as far as today goes, I mean, today's looking just fine. I mean, I really don't see no issues to be concerned about. And let's take a look at some 30-minute charts. All right, so the 30-minute charts, what does that mean? That means that every candle on the chart is 30 minutes in duration. Okay, well, the euro is back to its bearish ways. Thank you very much. Glad that uptrend little move that it had there for a couple of days is over. And we're back to being bearish. The trade plans, we want to sell this. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, William, why aren't we selling from the pivot point? We're not selling from the pivot point because we don't have enough pips, okay, to get break even before we're going to get in trouble again. So if it hits the pivot point and you sell it, you're going to end up at resistance at like 30.20. And that's like only 10 pips. And you're going to be in trouble again. So I want this to pull back to this R1 pivot at 1069. And it can do it. And, it's going to take a while, but it can do it. And then we want to take our profit at the S1 pivot at 0994. Now that gives us, a nice 35 pip trade. If you take it from the daily pivot and we get out at the same area, you're only looking at like a 26 or 23 pip trade. That's really not enough pips, folks. You got to give this thing some room to breathe, right? So, and if a wobblehead gets on a microphone and says something intelligent or not intelligent, it's going to swing the market, and you don't want to get you don't want to get stopped out on that. So I'm just looking to sell this. I'm looking for the pullback. We might not get the pullback. There's really no data until New York, so we might not get the pullback till later in the day. Take a look at the pound dollar. The pound dollar, yeah, it's bullish. Believe it or not, the daily chart is a disaster. The daily chart is really nasty. You should all go take a look at the daily chart. I always look at the daily chart, folks. I always look at higher time frames, or the 4-hour chart. Go look at these higher time frames and see what's going on. I'll give you a good idea what's happening. Well, the problem here is that we're at the sweet spot. We're at the 38.2 fib at 1.5666, and we want to take this up to 1.5715 by our indicator, which is a resistance indicator, and the daily pivot point is at support. So, hopefully this thing will stay sideways until London Open, and London will take this to the upside. Like I said, unless something comes out, and I don't know what the Greece situation is. I have to be real honest with you. I did not read up on what's going on with Greece, who's voting. I think there's only like 5 European countries left that have to vote in favor of this bailout package, and they'll get their money. And the way I understand it, like if one of them votes no, this bailout package doesn't go through. So we'll see how this works. But Greece is not over. I think we still got another 2 weeks before we're going to find out exactly what's happening with the situation over there. But we just want to sell the pound. Let's get back to the point. We want to sell the pound. We're in our spot to sell it. And let's do it. Let's hope price action helps us today. Here's the Aussie dollar. As usual, I only want to sell the Aussie dollar. I don't want to buy it. I don't care what's going on. I want to sell it. And we're going to sell it at the daily pivot point at 0.7350. We're going to take it down to 0.7318, which is a nice 32 pip trade for us. And we'll take this down, but this needs to jump up a notch here and get to that pivot point and get us down. Otherwise, we're only going to end up with a 20 or 23 pip trade, which is okay. You can put a trend line, really. I just see that. If you go to the bottom of that doji, that green candle, you can probably put a trend line in there and bring that all the way up. And if it breaks that trend line, you can enter the trade there. But you just need a bearish candlestick formation. I sure wouldn't trade this now, right? You've got two blue candles, you got a doji now, another blue candle right at the moment, and this is not a time to be selling, right? I'm not going to sell on a blue candle. So we'll see what happens. But all I want to do is sell it. I don't care if it goes all the way up to the 200 and bounces from there and gives me my selling opportunity. I will wait till I get my selling opportunity. All I want to do is sell it. This is Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie's back to its bearish mode. We'd like to see this come up to the daily pivot point, which it's at. Again, another one of these currency pairs where we're at, places to trade this, but like I wouldn't enter this here. Look at this candle. This current candle it's bullish. I mean, I think it's going to get above that. It's probably going to go to that dotted red line, which is called a mean line on this indicator. And I'll sell it from there, or I'll sell it from the 200, wherever it goes. When I get my bearish candlestick formation, I'll sell it. But I'm looking to sell it at 50.32. I'm hoping this just goes sideways till the London Open, and then we can get out at 1.4994. So that's what we're looking for, a nice 35 pip trade. Let's hope price action works for us. Let's take a look at the Euro Yen. The Euro Yen's bearish again. I'm really happy to see that. You notice this is again because of the amount of pips that I've moved up our entry to 137.45, which is the 50% Fibonacci level, and I did not make it the daily pivot point. I need this to get above that daily pivot point, and I'm not too concerned about getting below it. There's not a lot of price action left of that pivot point, the daily pivot. So we're going to get a bounce there, but I don't think it's going to be detrimental. And it's only 10 pips between the two. So, if you get the entry at the daily pivot point, of course, take it. But I would like to really see this get up to the 50 or the 618, and then we can take this to the downside. That would really be nice. But like I said, if the entry happens at the daily pivot at the 38.2 at 137.32, absolutely enter into that trade and go for it. And the last pair of our 6 pairs is the New Zealand dollar. Again, we're looking to sell this, and I looked at this for a long time before I sort of made my decision. I only want to sell the New Zealand dollar anyhow. I wouldn't buy the New Zealand dollar. I have no intentions of buying the New Zealand dollar. Just look at the daily chart. That should tell you enough. It's like almost in a straight line to the downside. Now it's in the range, but it's in a range of support, by the way. But yeah, so what we're looking for here is I want to take this back up to our resistance line at 0.6598. Remember, we sell at resistance and we buy at support, right? And then we're going to sell this, and we're above the daily pivot point, so I expect this to continue its upward motion, and hopefully it'll get to our entry zone. It doesn't have to be exactly at 65.98, traders. When I give you a number, that's just a zone. That's an area where you would look to sell this. I do think, and I have it marked on the chart, we have a S1 pivot, and it's also the 200 exponential moving average at 65.68. I do expect us to get a bounce there. So, when you're considering your stop loss and stuff like that, remember, you're probably going to get a bounce there, and just be prepared for that. And we're looking to take profit at our support line at 0.6554. So, that's an 18 pip difference between 200 and our support line where we want to get out. So, but just realize we're going to get a bounce at the 200 and an S1 pivot. There's no doubt about that. So that wraps up our 6 currency pairs. Hope you got something out of that. Learned a little bit and something to guide you through the day. Hopefully my trade plan agrees with your trade plan, and all is good. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence Trading, I'd like to thank you for joining me today on August 19th, on a Wednesday, hump day of our trading week, full day ahead. Remember, the big data for today is the FOMC Fed meeting minutes in the New York session, at 1400 hours New York Eastern Standard Time. Traders is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Please come visit our site at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, have a great day, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Take care, traders. Bye-bye.